today I'm making a tower. So I grabbed some random magazine at my house. We travel to Chicago all the time looking for something new to do. So I'm taking this magazine apart. You can use newspaper, you can use lined paper like this. Maybe you have school paper, maybe you have printer paper. You can use toothpicks to make a tower. And then you can use anything to put it together. I have packing tape, I have electrical tape, I have scotch tape, I have duct tape. You can use masking tape, you can use hot glue, whatever it is that you would like to do. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my magazine right now and I am taking 2 pages from the magazine at a time. I'm taking those 2 pages and I'm gonna roll them up into kind of like a tiny little tube. And once I get the tiny little tube rolled up, I am going to tape the ends of the tube so it will stay rolled. So I've got a tube like this, taped at both ends. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 4 of those little tubes. And so I'm gonna grab a couple more pieces of paper, make some more tubes. And you can tell that this shouldn't take you too long. Once I get my tubes together, what I'm going to do with my tubes is I am going to make what I would refer to as pillars of the tower. So I'm going to have 2 sides like this, and they're going to be pointing vertical, straight up and down. Those are going to be supporting the weights in the Y direction. And the reason is, of course, because they're going straight up and down. So this whole vector is going to be used to support the weights. Now, I'm still making some more. Now these columns, if you will, I'm not going to make them go up and down. I am going to put them at angles. So I am going to take this first column and I'm going to put it between my 2 pillars, but I am going to put it at an angle so that it looks something like this by the time I'm done taping it. So I have something that looks like this at this point, and this is going to be used as a support. Now, because it's not vertical and it happens to be at an angle, it has an imaginary vector that goes up like this and points in the Y direction, and then it has an imaginary part that points to my left. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to balance that out with another tube, and I'm going to put that other tube in this direction right here. So let me make a 4th tube here. Now the purpose of those X's is, of course, to brace the pillars and to help support those pillars. And when I do that, I want to make sure it's symmetrical so that I have one part that pushes to the left and it has an equal and opposite balancing part that will push to the right. So I'm going to take this 4th tube and I'm going to connect it like this. Give me a couple seconds here and I will tape these together. And so now I have what I would consider to be one side of my tower. I have this diagonal right here, which has a component that points up and in the Y direction, and a component that points to my left in the X direction. I have a diagonal going this way. It has a component that points up and a component that points to the right. These two right here in the middle balance each other out. One pushes to the left, one pushes to the right. And because I've made them into a perfect X, it pushes exactly the same amount. So this particular vector has an X and a Y component. This particular vector has an X and a Y component. This vector only has a Y. This vector only has a Y, and this is going to be one side of my tower. Now, I went ahead and made 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect all of these together so that if I looked at it from the top, it would kind of look like a triangle. So I'm going to hook all of those pillars together so it looks like a triangle. If I look at it from a side, it has an X on each side. So give me a moment here and let me connect my pillars together. So I'm connecting the corners basically is what I'm doing now. And when I'm all done connecting the corners, what I'm going to do next is I am going to take and see if my tower will hold weight. So when you're all done building your tower, you are going to do the following pictures. You are going to take your camera and you're going to stand up and you're going to take a picture of it from the top. Then you're going to take your camera and you're going to take a picture of it from the side. And then you're going to take one final picture, and that final picture will be of your tower holding some weight on top of it. Now, at home, you can try books, or you can try whatever you have, a brick. I don't know what I'm going to use here. I'm going to find something in a second. Okay, so I have attached my bottoms, and I think I've attached my tops. Oh, I got one more to attach down here, sorry. And so now, again, if you look at mine from the top, it looks like a triangle. Here's one side, here's the second side, and here's the third side. And then if you look at it from the side, I have an X on each of the sides to kind of balance everything out. So now I'm pushing on it. It's actually pretty sturdy. I could take a couple of books and I could set them on top. And so that's what it would look like. And I would keep putting stuff on top until I can't hold any more stuff. Okay, see how much weight you can hold just for fun.